In this video, we will examine a worked example demonstrating how to sum the contents of an array. Here are the subgoals for evaluating arrays. First, we set up the array from 0 to size -1. Then, we evaluate the data type of statements against the array. Finally, we trace the statements, updating the slots as we go. Here is our problem. Assume that the integer array alpha has been properly declared and is full of data values. Evaluate these statements and determine the value of sum. If any error occurs, give the reason. The first statement, integer sum, is assigned the value 0. Then, for integer I, takes on the value 0, and we continue as long as I is less than alpha.length. We increment I by 1, and then inside the loop, we have sum plus equals alpha sub I. For subgoal 1, we set up the array from 0 to size -1. We know that alpha is an array of integers and has values, but we don't know what those values are. So we will set up an array that goes from 0 to some size -1 index. Notice that the largest index is size -1. Remember that alpha.length will give you the array size, but the largest index is size -1. For subgoal 2, we evaluate the data type of the statements against the array. This loop has an index that goes from 0 to size -1 by increments of 1. Inside the loop, we have the value alpha sub I being added to sum. Sum is an integer. Alpha sub I is an integer, and you can add two integers together. So all indexes into the array are valid and all assignments are valid. For subgoal 3, we trace the statements, updating the slots as we go. What is this code doing? Let's trace it with one sample array. First, let's set sum to 0. In this case, we are walking through the array from index 0 to less than length, or index sub 4. The original sum is 0, and the first time through the loop, we will add alpha sub 0 to the sum. So the sum plus alpha sub I would be 12. The next time through the loop, position 1 of alpha is 22. So we will add 22 to the value already in sum. So 12 plus 22 becomes 34. The next time through the loop, I has a value of 2. Alpha sub 2 is 8, so we will add 8 to the value of sum. So 34 plus 8 is 42. Sum now has a value of 42. The next time through the loop, I has a value of 3. The value at alpha sub 3 is 15. 15 added to the value of sum, 42, is 57. The last time through the loop, I has a value of 4. Alpha sub 4 has a value of 2. We will add 2 to the value of sum, 57, and now we have 59. For this code, each value in alpha is added to the sum, one at a time, to create the total of all the values in the array. In other words, this code finds the sum of all the values in the array.